I know I've missed a couple of lives with you guys recently, but I'm back. And I wanted to talk a little bit today about why, starting over isn't always cute, but it's necessary. And in this context, we were talking about my fitness routine. So we're going to have a little real girlfriend convo, no lectures because, honey, I need somebody to lecture to me. But this one is just, I'm just going to be transparent and just real with you about that fitness journey in your 40s and how difficult it can be to see your body change, and know that you need to do something about it. So that's what we're talking about today. But let me know if you are someone going through any type of, starting over, whether it be fitness, jobs, family, whatever it may be, where we just know it's that the stage we are in and that beginning stage is just not cute. It's not cute. It's not cute, but it's so absolutely necessary. I'm gonna start off with a little story that got me thinking about this. I started a new position this week. And when you start these positions in the military, the first day you're supposed to come in a certain uniform. And let me tell you, I tried on my uniform on the day of, which was probably mistake number one. I probably should have been looking and, try on my uniform in before that. Tried on my uniform the day of, and by the grace of God, it closed. The buttons met each other and closed. And that to me was frightening because one, I didn't have another uniform. And two, I'm just like, what happened? What happened? Now, if you look at me, you're not going to see someone who's, overweight per se. But you know your body and you know when you change and you know when things are not fitting the way it normally fits. And so that was my wake up call like, girl, you got to get this together. And why I say it's starting over is because about, I don't know, 8 months ago, sorry, not 8 months ago, 6 months ago, I did start my fitness journey again. And I was at the gym religiously. And I hate it every day. Like, I don't understand people who love the gym. I just don't. I love the results that I was getting. And that's what I'm going to have to get back there. I was at the gym, 5 days a week. And I was getting it in. I was absolutely getting it in. And then I had some travels come up and stopped going to the gym for a bit. And within that time, because of travel, started eating like, I'm not in my 40s anymore. Like I was starting to eat like I didn't have to worry about what I ate. And when I was younger, I've always been a person who is on the slimmer side. So I did eat a lot of things that I could get away with eating without it showing up right away. Obviously, those days are done because, I mean, obviously those days are done. And so today, I got into the gym this morning and I was so proud of myself because one, I did not overthink it. I didn't quit on myself. I did not give up. And I didn't make any excuses. Like the really only reason I'm going to get back into shape is if I hit the gym and start eating better. Now, eating better is not my problem, to be honest with you. So I have hit half the solution, right? Like I eat pretty well. I'm not someone who eats a lot of snacks. I'm not someone who, eats things that are typically what they consider bad for you. But I haven't been going to the gym like I needed to be because you have to add that. And for me, what I'm working on right now is muscle development because I want to not only lose the weight, but I also want to put on those muscles and I want the defined arms and back, and a six pack if I can ever get there. But this morning, my sister had sent me some YouTube videos where I could do a full workout in the gym. Set up, I went down into the gym. Thank God my new job has a beautiful gym in there. Like a beautiful gym that I was so impressed with. And so I went down, and I think there was two other people in the gym with me. So once again, felt comfortable, didn't have to worry about anybody looking at me, didn't have to worry about any confidence level. I just went in, turned on my videos, and started working out. And I would say I give it 80%. Like, if I'm being real honest, it was 80%. Not because I just couldn't give 100%, only because I am just out of shape. That out of shape feeling is horrible. And so I'm starting to, review and do some more research on the things that I need to do along with, my eating habits and the gym, what else I can do to add to that. So for the month of July, well, starting from now until August 9th, I'm no longer, no alcohol. It's going to be, that's why I said starting over is not cute. But, you just have to fast. Like, you got to stop with all the nonsense. Stop with the excuses. So no alcohol for that month. And I'm going to try not to do any sugar. Now, that part should be super easy for me because I don't even like desserts like that. But I'm not going to go too hard on myself. And I was supposed to not do any, no rice or, no rice. That I already lost on that because we had a potluck at work today, and I was just like, I'm gonna just have a spoonful. But in general, I really, while I was working out this morning, I was saying to myself, man, starting over is just not cute. Everything about this is work. Everything about it is sometimes painful. Everything about it is just harsh. But all I'm thinking about is not really what I'm doing today. I'm thinking about in 30 days who I would be in those 30 days. And so, why this is part of a live that I wanted to talk about on my channel, which talks about a luxe lifestyle on a budget. Your health is a luxury, right? Your health, honestly, is a luxury. And some people don't have that luxury. So sometimes, when they say, I got my health, what else can I ask for? Like, that is such a true statement. Like, having a healthy lifestyle, having a healthy relationship with your body, having a healthy relationship with who you are is a luxury. And so many people do not get that opportunity most of the times. So for me, even though I fell off from that journey midway, 6 months or 4 or 5, 6 months ago, starting over isn't cute, but it is necessary if you want to have a luxe lifestyle. And it doesn't have to come at the cost of overspending or having a lot of money or being able to drop, create a new budget for this. A healthy lifestyle can come with just some minor adjustments. Now, luckily for me, as I said, my job has a gym inside. So what I need to know is for myself, when is the best time that I can utilize the gym so that there are no excuses on, getting to the gym. So today, this morning, I went down there at around 8 in the morning and I worked out for an hour. Well, actually 45 minutes, and then it took me about 15 minutes to shower, change, and get back into uniform and back to work. I can do that. That's a solid 45 minutes of just taking time out to do what I need to do for me and my health. Thankfully, I am in a career that requires us to be healthy and to be fit. So on top of the personal desire to make sure that I am that I look good, I feel good, that I'm healthy, and I'm in the I weigh the pounds I should weigh. My job requires me to weigh the pounds I should weigh, okay? And gives me the opportunities to actually go out and work out to make sure that I stay fit. It's just now I have to get up and do it. Like, I have to get up in the morning. I have to say that I don't need to sleep in this extra hour. I need to make sure that I am absolutely ready for the day when it comes and say, you know what, Ayana, today is the day. Even though you don't want to go to the gym, even though you don't feel well, even though you are tired or sore, get your butt in the gym. And so that's why I'm saying starting over isn't cute, because when I looked at myself in the mirror today, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired already. Okay. But it's so necessary. The fact that I don't feel like I'm fitting into my clothes as well. And I'm certainly not about to buy me a whole new wardrobe with a different size. Like, we're going to wear the clothes that I bought at the size that I know I should be at. So I'm going to give myself 30 days, right? 30 days to get into a full that habit, to get my brain wrapped around the axle that this is my lifestyle, not just, oh, I'm just going to work out for this amount of days. And I'm committing to 5 days a week. And the 5 days a week is because I might work 5 days a week. And then Saturday and Sunday are my rest days, and rest and recoup days, or my rest and whatever days you want to call them. But 5 days a week to get up and go out there and just do it. And so when we say starting over isn't cute, but it's necessary, I'm talking about the things that are like, hey, you do this, or you have to do this, or else. No excuses. Here's your plan. Here's how you're going to get over all the things that's in your head about what's happening. So a lot of people, I think, falter when it comes, well, for me, the fact that my clothes is not fitting is my telltale sign. Like, I don't need to look in a mirror. I don't need to look at photos. I don't need people to come up and be like, oh, you gained some weight. I don't care about what they're saying. For me, the fact that when I put on my clothes or my uniform, I have to suck it in for it to put on, or I have to wear my shapewear for it to actually fit. To me, that's bottoming out. And I know for other people, there may be other ways of bottoming out. And when you look at me, you may be like, girl, you're fine. But for me, I need to get into shape. And the worst part about this is that I was on that journey. I was on that road, actually, and I was doing really well. And because I didn't have a plan for the interruptions, I went off so easily. And so that's frustrating, because I probably could be so much further along in this journey, but I'm now starting over again. And so I keep saying it's not cute, because it doesn't feel like, I feel like I'm at the bottom of the staircase again, and I got to climb this ridiculous mountain. But one of the things that someone had told me, even when I had started before, when you look at it as a mountain, you will see it as a very difficult, arduous, hard, long climb. But if you look at it like a little molehill, you're going to realize you can step over that quickly. So today, when I was starting to feel like I just want to give up, like, why do I even care about this? I just had to remember that don't worry about 30 days from today. Worry about the end of this hour. And when you worry about the end of the hour versus the end of 30 days, it feels like you can accomplish that. It feels like, okay, I just have to count down 60 minutes versus 30 days, which is 30 days times 24 hours times 60 minutes for each hour. Like, math is not my thing, but you get what I mean. You have a lot further to go. And so starting over may not be cute. Actually, it is not, maybe, it is just not cute. Because when you're starting over, you kind of have in the back of your head, like, damn, if I had just continued doing A, B, and C, I wouldn't even be here. So it's not even like, someone who's never started. I feel like it's worse when you've started something before and you know where you could have been, and then now you have to start over because you either fell off, you stopped doing it, you weren't consistent, you weren't, whatever it is that stopped you from moving in that direction where you have to start over. However, I'm blessed that I can start over, right? Because a lot of people don't even have the opportunity to start over. And so the fact that I can go to this job now and go in early, work out, and then get the day under me, I don't have to worry about it in the evening. I can leave work when I'm done. I don't have to worry about it after work. And I certainly won't have to worry about it on the weekends. Makes me feel like, okay, we can do that. But all of this is necessary. If I'm going to be preaching to folks about having a luxe lifestyle on a budget, part of it has to be that real discussion about our health and what we're doing to make ourselves better. And I'm not preaching to anyone because, as I said, I started trying to live a more healthy lifestyle and then fell off. So I get that things happen, life be lifing, and we go through different things. However, I do think that this is a opportunity for us to just kind of, okay, it's time. No more excuses. Let's go. No more excuses. Let's go. I've talked about no more excuses before, especially for women who don't put time and energy into how they look. And, what I was looking at the other day when I was in Japan, right? Every woman walking the street looked so put together, like so put together. And the excuses that we in America may have, like, oh, we have work, we have this, we have kids, we have hobbies, we have all these things. I think they have the same exact issues or commitments in Japan. However, I'm on the phone. However, at this time, hold on one sec. No, when I'm finished. However, there are no excuses for why they don't show up, right? There are no excuses for why they are not showing up and looking put together when they walk out the streets, even though they have kids, they have careers, they have obligations, all the things that we sometimes make excuses for why we are not put together. So I don't subscribe to the fact that we're busy, why we walk out the house looking like we don't care. I think it may go a little deeper than that. I think it goes deeper to the fact that it's not that we don't care. For some women, it's not that they don't care. It's that they've gotten into this rut of life, or this, I don't know what it is to say, but they've gotten into this way of life that coming out and not representing themselves the way they should represent themselves is it's just not important. And the same thing would go for those who don't take their health seriously. Like, it's not that important. I'm going to eat what I want to eat. I'm going to drink what I want to drink. I'm not going to work out because blah, 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 blah. And then later down the road, we just reap the repercussions of that unhealthy lifestyle. And so for someone in my 40s, I'm 45, I see how, when doing the research, I see how an unhealthy lifestyle leads to so many various medical conditions that are avoidable. But if we try to work those things in our 60s and 70s, they're kind of too late. And therefore, the damage has been done. So if you're someone who's been struggling to, just make sure that you keep a healthy lifestyle, it's, you're eating and you're working out, and you started before and you quit before and you started and the back and forth, the yo-yo, I still think that it's time. You still have time to start over. It isn't going to be cute. Say the mantra. Starting over isn't cute, but it's necessary, okay? Because that is what's going to get you to that next level of whatever it is you want to do. That if you can see this as a molehill, a slight detour, not a complete removal off the highway, then you're going to get back on that wagon and you're going to keep moving. And so today when I was in there and I just wanted to quit, I just did a 30-minute dumbbell workout. And at the 15-minute mark, I was just like, oh my God, we're only at 15 minutes. And I really, really wanted to quit. But I did not. I said, keep pushing, Ayana, keep pushing. This is the necessary part. You're going to get back to a place where you know, you're working out and you don't feel as though you have to count the minutes at 15. I used to run, and I may start back running again, but when I was running, I pushed myself to do a half marathon. And one of the things I learned, well, I learned a lot about that journey, to be honest with you. But the biggest thing that I learned is that the first day that I said, you know what? I had signed up for the half marathon and I said, I'm going to go out and see, like, where am I right now? What's my what's my beginning stage at? I barely could run half a mile at that time. I like barely. I was like, "Oh my gosh. How in the world am I going to run 13.5 miles?" And because I said, don't worry about 13 miles yet, worry about 1 mile. And so for the first week, I just worked it up. You know, I would stop when I needed to, but if I had to walk through up until 1 mile, that's what we did. And so as time went by in training for this, each day became a little closer to 13 miles every single day. And that's the beauty of our bodies. That is just wow, right? Like human beings will, if we want something, we can get there. And the beauty of it was every day I would come home from work, change, and go for a run. And no time did I say I'm running 13 miles, right? Every day was just a little closer and closer. I was so proud of myself when I completed that half marathon because I had just never been a person who liked running at all. Never, ever liked running. But I just kept going a little, a little, and a little, and a little until I made up the entire time. So for me, I know that I can do this. Mind over matter is definitely, it's not the body. The body is capable, but it's just pushing through the beginning stages. And that beginning stage is that just not cute. It's not cute because you're struggling with all the mental emotions that say you cannot do it. You're struggling with, I would rather be doing anything but this. You're struggling with the fact that you started before and now you're starting over from ground zero again. And you're struggling with the fact that these things take time. And in our society today, we want things to just be quick. We want to be able to see those results immediate. We want to see that what we're working for is happening. And it just doesn't work that way. It honestly does not work that way. And I think that's a lot of reasons why you know, people end up not doing really well. Hold on. Yeah. So for me, I would say that's big part of this, that starting over is just one of those things that if I say it enough that I know it's not cute, there's no expectation that the expectation is that it's not cute. Dang. It's just, this week I know it's going to be, struggle. Tomorrow is going to be a bigger struggle than today. Even though I started today, tomorrow is going to be that struggle of like, oh, we're at this again. I'm going to be sore tomorrow, okay? Because I was moving muscles and body parts that I haven't moved in a few months. So I'm going to be so on top of not wanting to be up early, on top of just wanting to be in my bed and just relaxing. I'm going to be sore and doing another workout that's going to make me even more sore. So I know tomorrow is going to be a much more harder day to overcome than today. But I'm going to get to that point where it's not even as hard as it is. My workouts are always going to be hard because I just don't like working out. Like, let me know in the comments if you're a person that like working out. But I just don't like it. Like, I'm not a big, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. But it is necessary. Like, as I said, my uniform got to fit me on point. My clothes has to fit me on point. I don't want to buy another thing that's not in my size range because I've gained weight. And while, you may have less pounds to lose or more pounds to lose, at the end of the day, it's still a lifestyle switch that, you know, we all have to embrace along the way, because if we don't, we're going to end up being in situations as we get older with many more health conditions that, you know, are just you cannot reverse at that time in being. So I'm doing that, and on top of it now, just trying to be more conscious of what I eat. So you know, I'm not going to go, I'm, you know, one of those people that's like, oh, I'm going to eat my salads. However, I am going to try to be conscious of that. And so yesterday I made this amazing meal that was 15 minutes, tastes so yummy, and was just all veggies and you know, maybe a little carb because there were chicken dumplings in it. But the point is, I have to be more conscious of that. Like, I have to be conscious of what I'm eating, because the hard work of working out cannot be killed by me, you know, over consuming alcohol or things that's just not really going to be healthy for me. But I'm not trying to turn into someone who's like talking about health stuff like that. I'm just trying to explain in this video how that luxury life of includes lifestyle. That luxury lifestyle includes our health, because without our health, I don't think we have anything, right? Like, there's nothing you can enjoy if you are sick all the time in the hospital or have conditions that require medical attention all the time. So for me, I am, you know, when I talk about a lux lifestyle, it includes a lifestyle that is healthy. It includes a lifestyle that allows you to enjoy life without spending a lot of money. And if you can't enjoy life because you're in the hospital, you're sick, or you got other things going on, then I don't think you can claim that you have a very luxe life. I don't care if you have all the money in the world, right? If you're sick and you're not feeling well most of the time, you can't enjoy the things that you buy, you can't enjoy going out with your friends and family, then honestly, I'm not sure that would be considered a luxe lifestyle. And so if you have to start over, and you're hearing this live right now and you're like, I've been meaning to go to the gym, ma'am, get up and go to the gym. Like, just go. Or why, if you can't afford the gym, or you can't afford a gym membership, or you don't have a free gym near you, walk the block. Get up and walk. Walking is probably the absolutely most freest way of getting in shape. Do your 10,000 steps. Walk the streets. Walk somewhere. Because that is all you need. You just need movement. And so I am going to start this again. I felt a little ashamed having to make this video, in the sense that I'm starting over, but it's also my way of holding myself accountable, because I was hard on it before. And I don't think I was too hard. I think I did not plan for the interruptions. So I ended up traveling. And so that stopped me. I had events happening and all these things, and it just kind of derailed my progress. And so I felt a little shame when I went into the gym today to see, like, this is where, because of that, this is where you are. You are back to, and probably worse before than you started, but I can't quit on myself. I cannot quit on myself. I'm going to start over again. Obviously, I have the tools. I have a gym in my job. I have the time. I can go before work. So why am I making excuses? And so it's not to preach to anyone. This is actually probably, I told my sister today, I'm going to make a video diary, because I want to look back and say to myself, on this date, you said you were not going to quit on yourself. And I'm not. And so I am going to move forward and do this, because this is really important to me. I cannot, in good conscience, be talking about a luxe lifestyle on a budget, and I feel like I'm not living the best of me, right? Like, I'm not giving myself the best. I can look for all the cutest clothes. I can go get my skincare done. I can do all these things. But if I'm not living a healthy lifestyle that really makes me feel healthy, that I look healthy, feel confident in what I'm wearing, then that's just, I'm just talking. And will I fall off this bandwagon? Not bandwagon. Would I fall off the wagon again? I don't know. Life be lifing sometimes. Like, honestly, I don't even get it. But I know that I need to get snap out of whatever it is and do it. And I'll be honest with you, the snap out of whatever it is laziness. And for a lot of people, I think that's what it is. I mean, we don't want to call ourselves lazy, but I'm sorry. That's what I feel like it is. I feel like I've just been lazy. Um, and I can make the excuses, oh, I got this going on, I'm busy, come on. Half the time we're scrolling our phones. Half the time we're just on our phones, dead scrolling. I could dead scroll for an hour. In that hour, I could have done so much more productive things with my life. I could have done workout at the house. It didn't even have to go to the gym. There are things on YouTube. There are videos. That's what I used today. I literally used a YouTube video. I'll let you know in the comments who I used, but I used a YouTube video, put it up on my tripod in the gym, and just worked out to that. And that's free. It was a 30 minutes all body workout with weights. So it's free. It doesn't have to cost you a lot. So why are we still talking about, okay, well, I will start when? I just think it's laziness sometimes, and I'm not blaming or shaming anyone. As I said, that was me. I'm being honest with me. This is my video diary of how I feel that, I ended up in this position. It was just laziness tackled with not having a plan. And so I gotta, if there are things coming up in the next few months, I gotta figure out, like, how am I going to keep up the momentum that I've started? Because I promise you, you're going to see me in December and be like, oh my gosh, she looks amazing. Because that is the goal for me. I want to look amazing. And so by the time I hit December, I need to be there. So that's giving myself a little shy of like 5 months to get it together. And I think I can. I think I can get it together. It is not easy, as I said, but it is definitely something. It is definitely something that I'm willing to focus on at this point. And all excuses be damned. This is my time in the morning. Get up, go. And the devil is going to start getting into my head. I know that devil. The moment that they see that I am seeing progress, watch. Something is going to happen that, you can't get into the office at the time you want to so that you could go work out. But the devil is going to start playing games, and I'm going to start playing with him. Because this is not the time or the place. Okay? He can go play with himself, but not me. Okay? I am committed to this. So if you're someone who, have started a life, a healthy lifestyle, then I would love to hear in the comments if that's something that you're working on right now. But if you're also someone who has tried the healthy lifestyle, you started the gym, fall off, started the gym, fall off, just know that it's okay to start over. Like, you don't lose points because you start over, right? Like, we don't lose anything by starting over. I think we lose the most when we give up completely and we don't get back on the horse. So I'm going to look for a video for tomorrow, and some of the things I'm going to do to make sure that there are no excuses laid out, or as I always say, when I'm starting to do things consistently and I'm starting to really get into a groove, the devil shows up to throw me off. So a couple of things I'm going to do. I'm going to pack my gym bag at night. I'm not going to wait till the morning where, the time is running from me and I'm just like stressed already. So I am going to pack my gym bag at night. I thrifted 2 gym bags this weekend. because I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a gym bag. The reason I thrifted 2 of those gym bags was because I want to make sure there's a bag already always packed. So I'm going to make sure I bring those, I'm going to bring those 2 bags into the office, so there are no excuses. Honestly, no excuses why I cannot go do what I have to do. So those are the things that I am working towards to make sure that I hold myself accountable. I erase any issues that might present itself to stopping me from doing what I need to do. And most importantly, I give myself grace. Okay, I give myself grace, meaning it's okay to start over. It's okay to know that starting over is not cute. It is okay to realize that we all, every single one of us, the best of us, have to sometimes start over. It's not cute, but in this case, it is so necessary. And you've probably gone through other things in life where you had to start over because it was necessary. And you give yourself grace to realize, like, okay, I'm back over, I'm starting back to square one, but I'm going to do this. Now I feel, while it might be harder on me mentally because I feel like I should be further along in this journey because I stopped a few months ago, I also have the ability to realize that I can get back there. Like, you understand, like, sometimes when we're doing things and you're like, I don't know what the end result will be. I'm just going on blind faith right now. For me, it's a little different, right? Because I knew, like, when I started working out before and I was consistent, I was like, I was racking up I was racking up gains quickly. I was racking up gains. Like, I was seeing muscle definition, stomach was getting smaller, waistline was getting snatched. I was racking up gains. So I know that at the end of this, not necessarily the end, but I know that the results that are to come will be what I have already seen happen. So it's just a matter of doing it again and getting those results again. I think this time it might even come faster because now I am motivated. I am motivated to just, I'm like, no, we're not playing games. This was a wake up call for me. And I don't want to get to a point where it feels like it's a mountain to climb. I want to still be at a point. I'm glad I'm at this point where it feels like a mountain because body is working in a different way it hasn't worked in before, but it's a molehill. Like, let's be real, right? Like, it's a molehill. Go to the gym 5 days a week before you go to work. It's a molehill. I'm on a live, Zoe. No, I'm on a live. Yeah. So what is the matter? I'm on a live, so please leave. No, I'm on a live. You can leave after. Yeah. You see the interruptions? I tell you, the devil be coming in, right? Right when they know that you're trying to give yourself that boost that you're talking about. So for me and for those who are listening, give yourself grace. It is okay to it is okay to have to start over. It is okay. Can you get out of my room, please? No. It is okay to have to start over. It is okay to know that it's cute. It's not cute, sorry. See how the devil be working? They be working. They be working to, whoops. But what I'm saying is that it is okay to start over. It is okay to realize that it's not cute. It is okay to say this sucks. It does suck. I'm like, oh my God, why am I in this situation again? It's okay. I'm not going to focus on that. Tomorrow I focus on 45 minutes of what I'm going to give, right? I'm going to do 30 minutes of strength training and 15 minutes on the Stairmaster. That is what I'm going to focus on. And so 45 minutes. That's all I'm focusing on. I'm not focusing on the next day, on the Friday, the Saturday, the Sunday. I'm focusing on 45 minutes and giving it and doing the best I can. Because at the end of today, if if I'm excited about living a luxe lifestyle on a budget, it must include the lifestyle, and it must include a healthy lifestyle. It must include my health and how I fit into my clothes and how the body parts are working and how the inside is working. So that more importantly, when I'm in my 60s and 70s, I am not stressing myself over things that I should have fixed when I was in my 40s. So if this resonates with you, I would love to hear from you. If you are currently on a journey of starting over in anything, it doesn't only have to be a health lifestyle or a health change or things of that nature or fitness change, but would love to hear from you, and so that we can inspire and motivate each other to get into that next level. Because trust and believe, the next level is there. It is absolutely there. It's there for the taking. It's there for the person who shows up. It's there for the person who wants it. And it's there for the person who puts in the work. And so I am going to be that person tomorrow. I'm going to be that person on Friday. And I'm going to rest on Saturday and Sunday. Because I know that within 30 days, I can start changing the cycle of what I've been on. So for me, I'm excited. I'm excited to go through this phase, because this is the phase that tells us like, okay, I see you. Watch me. Okay? So if you are one of those people, I would absolutely love to hear in the comments if you have gone through this, and what motivation that can you give to the others on like, stick through it is the biggest one. But what motivation did you use yourself to make sure that you continue to push through these times when the starting over phase, that phase is just not cute. The phase where you feel like, oh my goodness, this is hurtful, this is painful, this sucks. What did you use to motivate yourself past that, so that you can really understand, or so that that made you not give up? Because that's where you know, that's that push and pull where we go through those phases and we start to give up. I know for me, it wasn't a matter of giving up. It's just that I knew I didn't have a plan to sustain when there were disruptions in the consistency. And I'm just, now I know. Now I know what I'm going to have to do to make sure that this is as consistent as possible. Like, hey, what happens if I'm on vacation and I'm not at work? What am I going to do to make sure that that consistency stays? I was talking to my brother about, he's very, very fit, and he is, when I say consistent, consistent is his middle name. But I was asking him, like, I was talking about some protein shakes and things that I may want to try. And he was like, listen, what's going to get you to what you want is consistency. You will consistently show up, you will consistently put on the work, and you will consistently see the results. No other shortcuts. There are no other shortcuts. And I know we always are looking for like, well, what else can I do to get this moving quicker? And so for me, my next 30 days is going to test that. I'm going to test whether it's just consistency. Do I have to worry about all these other things to make sure I get the results that I'm looking for? I'm not going to worry about that. It's going to be 5 days a week at the gym, an hour at the gym, and then, trying to be more mindful of what I eat. I'm not going to go into the whole, I'm only eating this, I'm only eating that, just be mindful a little bit of what I'm eating, so that I am not wrecking the results that the workouts may be assisting with. So that's what my thing is. And so I'm going to use this video as a video on my, this is my Luxe Lifestyle Diary, and I'm, you're here with me to listen to this. But I'm hoping that it will, if somebody out there is listening, that you are able to take on what I'm saying and say, okay, I think I got what she's going for. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start over. I know it's not going to be cute, but it's necessary, and let's go. And as I said, while I'm talking today about fitness, this could be for anything. Like whether you're a person who don't dress up any day and you're just grabbing the closest tights or sweatpants and you're throwing that on. Whether you're a person that doesn't take time to do anything luxe for themselves, whether you don't have a skincare routine, whether your home is not reflecting the mood that you want it to. Whatever that is, whether you're going to take today as the day to start really investing in a luxe lifestyle and not having to worry about a budget or a large budget, but really investing in who you want to show up to your friends, your family, your significant others, your kids, whatever it is today that day for you? Does this message resonate with you? And do you feel like you're ready to start over, even though you know it's not going to be cute? So hopefully this live came to you at the right time, right place. And you will see me tomorrow. I will definitely be on here in the evening, letting you know that one, I did it, and two, we could chat about that feeling of 2 days in a row. And it sounds very simple. It sounds very corny. It sounds very, girl, it's been 2 days. But 2 days is 2 days is so much bigger than 0 days. It is. Okay? Until tomorrow, as I say all the time, stay luxe.